Hey there friends, and welcome to a Wisdom episode number 8, and welcome to Infinity. Yes, this episode is really kind of the closing episode. It goes round in an infinite loop, just like life and nature. And what I've talked about is heart, mind, body, spirit, ideas, space, inner space, money, time, persona, and a few other things. And so to bring that all together, basically we wake up every day, and as we wake up, we arrive in what I call our favourite chair. Now, everybody's got a point of view. Each person's got their individual point of view. This is, you could call this a focus of attention, or a point of awareness. I'll just call it a point of view. Everybody's got their own position of view. Everybody sees the world from a different angle. Not just visually, but also mentally and spiritually, and in all different ways. Everybody's got their own individual angle, individual point. Now this point can change. Okay, suddenly when you stand on a nail, the point of focus or your point of view goes to your foot, obviously, and that becomes the most important thing. You know, if you knock yourself on the head, the same thing. Or if suddenly you get an information through the telephone saying, something's happened, something bad's happened, then suddenly your mental state has changed. And although 10 minutes ago when you didn't know, it was still the same situation, but because of the renewed mental information, your whole metamorphosis, your whole metabolism begins to ensurge with this energy. Now, the way I see the body is really an organ of perception. The whole body perceives, and not just skin. It's not just our head that is the major perception organ. All parts of the body have different kind of feelings. And so if you're going to tune in with the heart of somebody else's, somebody else's heart, then it's better to tune into your own heart to receive and transmit those signals. And so this way you can move your point of view through your mind, heart, body, soul, spirit, and even outside, and move it around. Generally, the point of view has got a favourite place, and it's habitual. So if you wake up every morning and have a cup of coffee and a cigarette every single morning, then out of the force of habit, your viewpoint will go ding straight into that kind of the comfy chair. What it's moved is this comfy chair in that place, and this comfy chair is pretty heavy, so it's very difficult to change these habits, especially depending on how intense the viewpoint is locked. So if you're, for example, taking certain prescription or non-prescription drugs, you will get this habit, and it's not necessarily really the chemical effect that's creating a habit, but mostly the mental effect and the energetic effect of having this rhythm. So now, if you can get your point of view, this is the thing. I always think that symmetry has got a lot of power in it. So if I sit seated in a room and I get my symmetry and all that, and I'm symmetrical, then for some reason that seems to energize me. And if I concentrate on all these different areas of my body without getting too many thinking thoughts, and without concentrating too much on one area, to run the focus up and down various points within and without, and you should actually feel a connection from I think they call it kundalini or prana or chi or whatever. It's just energy, in different languages. It goes up and down, and it'll charge you. It's a bit like a Christmas tree light. If you've got a blockage in your heart, it doesn't matter how strong your mind and your body are,
that blockage needs to be removed in order for this, for the lights, you know, the chain of lights to actually light up. And if one chain's missing, the rest will dim. And so as soon as you put the last one in, zang, you know, energy flowing from the cosmos down to the earth, and you're the conduit. And so that's the object of this these 8 episodes, was to outline what I perceive as being kind of the main points that have helped me in my own personal thingy development thing. You know, there's a lot of things to remember, and you know, I have tried a lot of meditation, and I've tried a lot of spiritual practices, but I find that if you can't use them all the time in everyday life, then then they'll dwindle. You know, so any idea that doesn't have enough volition behind it will dwindle. You know, so if you're trying to give up a certain drugs or coffee or even a washing tick or a habit of some form, if you're trying to kick that habit, then you know what you have to kind of like replace that cycle with a different cycle, and that other cycle has to be kind of strong enough for you to actually use it. Because you know, the perception thing, you know, the thing we're being in the mind all the time, this constant chitter chatter, there is a way of turning it off, and at first your mind doesn't want to turn off. And now a lot of spiritual practices go through meditation and everything, and that's all very, very good. But in these 8 videos, I'm addressing you as somebody who's spiritually practiced, maybe, or very, very like intelligent in a certain way, and you know, you're looking to go beyond, say, meditation. You know, and I find that there are ways of gaining that still point in meditation, that bliss point. But what I tend to do is try and save that for when I'm on my own. Try and go off into a nice place, or you know, try to incorporate it in everyday life. So you know, I'm kind of getting that bliss without going into all this, like, you know, yoga positions and all that. You know, and I meditate with my eyes half shut, so that like I'm gazing around, I'm not actually focusing on anything, and that means that I can hold this meditation. Because it's the same in the meditation, you can't block your ears up, you know, so obviously in meditation you have to block out sound, light and everything. So why close your eyes? Why make it easy for yourself? Half close your eyes, get symmetrical, and focus your attention on your different energy points, heart, mind, body, spirit, inside and outside, and the room. And if you keep doing that, and every time you hear your mind chattering, just sort of like put it aside and continue, and have that observer energy always just there. For me, there's been a kind of necessity in life to look after my own behaviour. You know, I'm a bit of a temperamental person, you know, with a short fuse. So since very, very, very early in life, I've had to kind of watch my habits and my behaviour, and I've always had this ability to watch myself watching myself, sort of self-observation, even to the point where I'm observing the observer who's observing the self, you know. And that can drive you crazy. Like, you know, you go to a disco and all the other kids are dancing, and you're analysing them, you're analysing yourself. Life gets very difficult, and so I developed these kind of little tools, really. You know, these little ideas. The last 7 videos, which is all I really need to remember in life. You know, everything else is information. And for me, these points about, you know, just focusing in on my own energy points and the world around me. I mean, at the end of the day, what you do makes you you. And the more you do it, the more you become what you do, obviously. And that's really the message of this video. You know, if you can muster up enough willpower to change your course and keep that course as much as possible changed with vigilance and endurance
then you can change you, and you can become who you're supposed to be. You can also become someone you're not supposed to be if you do it wrong. So, you know, you go a path of heart, you know, with care and curiosity. Look for the unknown, invite the unknown. If somebody knocks at your door, open the door and find out what the unknown has sent this time. And that is about really all that I need to say. In fact, yeah. So I'm going to be doing an episode 9, and then I'll probably go on to doing some more visual videos with drawings and stuff, and about controlled behaviour and more wizardry, and it'll also be tied in with other things like mathematics, you know, spirituality, law, science, physics. I'm trying to combine the mystical with the logical, to kind of build, to connect the bridge between the believers and the non-believers, because I don't believe and I don't disbelieve. So, you know, I don't, you know, belief to me is like a misused word. So yeah, you know, that's really it. So it's you know, it's infinity. All right, yeah, that's it for now, really. See you soon. Yeah, thanks for watching. Cheerio.